Film is Literature, new show coming at you. It's 3 o'clock on the dot. Look at that, man. We're starting right on time. I'm Justin.
I'm at.
This is Matt, a newbie helping me out. The regular guy, Kaiser, is on vacation for like a whole month apparently. So I'll let Matt pick the movie, and naturally he picks a classic.
It's a banger.
It is a banger. It is
It's a
definitely a
banger. It's a
banger.
banger. Yeah.
Friday is the movie. Friday, 1995. Ice Cube, Chris Tucker. It's a classic. It's one that everybody knows. It's one that's super popular. It's quoted every day. I feel like I quote it multiple times a week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Multiple times a day.
Yes, for sure. Obviously, I think we were too young to watch it in theaters
I
coming out in
actually,
1995.
believe it or not, I actually watched it on TV when I was
Yeah.
I don't know 12,
Okay.
11 or
Yeah.
12. I watched it on. I don't know if I don't remember the network, but I watched it on
So you
TV.
remember the first time you watched it?
Yes, I do.
See, I don't at all. This was just a movie where all of a sudden I was like, oh, I'm quoting this movie. Like, I don't even remember seeing it. And now I've seen it like 30 times.
Yeah, it's a instant classic.
Absolutely. It is definitely an instant classic. How many times have you watched it all the way through?
Oh,
Like all the way through, not just parts, but
at
like all
least
the way
at
through.
least 30.
That's a lot.
At least
That's
30.
all.
It's great.
I have not watched it that many times all the way through, but I will watch bits and pieces because it's on TV
Yeah,
like all the time.
yeah,
Shout out to Tubi though, because Tubi is where I actually
yeah.
watched it before the
That's
show.
where I watched it too. Yeah.
Tubi is amazing. They have a lot of random movies. I think they had all the Fridays on there.
Okay.
Yeah, so if we want to go back and do all the sequels, which I guess there's two, and they got a third one coming out
I think there's Friday,
next
next Friday,
Friday after
Friday
next.
and then last Friday. I think
Yeah,
it's the new one. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I honestly don't know if I've even seen the third one.
Well, let's leave it up to the people.
Yeah, exactly.
If
Yeah.
they like it, you want us to do more, let us know.
Oh, they're definitely gonna like our
Oh,
show
good,
for sure,
good,
for sure.
good.
So the movie came out in 1995. Obviously it was rated R, which makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
Like today, even it would be a strong R, I feel
yeah.
like. Um,
And an M.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It would definitely be a lot stricter now. Honestly, I'm not even sure if this movie is as popular if it gets made today. I think it would have been hated on 100%.
I think it would be as popular only in not probably not throughout the whole country,
Yeah,
but where the dense population is, where there's the street crime
yeah,
and then the drugs the way it is, it's still going. I think it's popular.
yeah. I mean, well, also what it really helped was it has a great cast. Ice
Yeah,
Cube, obviously at this point was still known for mostly rapping.
yeah.
Like,
Well, Boys in the Hood.
yeah. So I think he wasn't, a big time actor though. He
Yeah.
was, and then Chris Tucker was kind of he was.
I don't think I've seen him in anything before that.
I think he had done a couple of things. I think he was kind of catching on. John Witherspoon, the dad
Yeah.
though, was probably Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
Probably, Zeus, Debo.
I don't know. I
He
don't
had,
remember seeing him in anything else.
well, he had been a pro wrestler,
Oh yeah,
fought
yeah.
Hulk
I remember
Hogan.
that.
So there
Yeah.
you go. So definitely had a good cast. And when it came out in April of '95, it actually was number 2 in the box office.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you probably have not seen the movie that was ahead of it
Probably not.
while you were sleeping.
That's the name of the movie?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
yeah.
I definitely haven't seen
No,
it.
number 3 though, Bad Boys. I know you've seen that.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen that a bunch.
And number 5 was a Goofy movie. I'm pretty sure you've probably seen that. A Goofy movie? Yeah, you've probably seen that.
No, I don't ring a bell.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Oh wow, man, I love that movie.
No,
It's a great movie. A
that
great
don't
kids
ring a
movie.
bell.
For the year though, so Friday in the box office, right? Let's look this up here. It only costed $3.5 million to make, which you can tell it was very low
Yeah.
budget. And we don't have movies like that now, by the way.
Mm.
I miss it. I really
Yeah.
do. I really do miss it. Like it was, it looked like they were having fun and they wanted it to succeed, but mostly like they were just like whatever, like we're having a good time.
Yeah,
It made 27.4 million, which is that's a pretty good.
that's a
I
lot
mean,
of
that's
money.
9 times what it cost.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. But for the year in 1995, it finished 67th place in the box office.
Wow.
66 movies are better than Friday, according to the people in 1995. I will say, though, it's a very strong top 5 for 1995.
Okay. What are they?
Number 1, Batman Forever.
That's gonna be hard to beat
Yeah.
that one.
Number 2, Apollo 13.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm surprised that's not number one.
That's kind of what I was thinking. But Batman, it's hard to beat. Batman at that time was really
Yeah.
big. Number 3 was Toy Story. Yeah,
I remember those too.
yeah. Number 4, Pocahontas.
Okay.
And number 5, Ace Ventura, the first one.
Is that the Pet Detective?
No, actually, no, the second one, When Nature Calls. Ace Ventura,
Oh,
When
okay.
Nature
Yeah.
Calls. Yeah, so
Yeah.
the second one. I don't know if Ace Ventura is better than Friday in my mind.
I think it is.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Pocahontas, it's a different category, so it's hard to. I would probably choose Friday, but I'm an adult. If I was 10 years
Yeah,
old,
and
but
that's the same with Toy Story too. It should be in with
man,
Pocahontas. It should,
even
yeah.
Toy Story now, though, I might choose it over Friday.
No, you think?
Maybe, yeah. Sid the neighbor, that's just a great.
That's it. It's great. Yeah.
Apollo 13 is a
Yeah, that's
classic,
yeah.
and then Batman Forever. I mean, it is Batman. You can't really. It's
Where
hard
did
to.
Where did Bat Boys finish?
Bad Boys, where did it finish? Ooh, man, I don't even know. Let's see here. Hold on, let me look it up.
Considering that it was,
Number one, the weekend of.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, let me look here and find out. Because Bad Boys is a good movie. 23rd.
Wow.
23rd, yeah.
It fell off.
Yeah, it finished right below Legends of the Fall and right above Clueless. Man, 95 was actually a banger movie because you
Yes,
also
it
had
was.
Mortal Kombat, Dumb and Dumber, Braveheart,
Where-
Jumanji, the
where-
Brady Bunch movie. Can we
Where
go
did-
back to
Where
1995?
did Dumb and Dumber finish?
18.
I thought they would do better.
18. Waterworld, my third favorite Kevin Costner
Well,
movie, finished number
yeah.
10. Yeah. Man, 1995. Can we go back to 1995?
Sure.
Like-
I'm okay with that.
I mean, this sounds like a great year for movies. I don't know if I can name you. We're almost at the end of 2024. I don't know if I can name you 10 movies that were even good enough that came out this year to even talk about.
I haven't watched a single movie that's come out this
There
year.
you go. There you go. All right. So,
Because in my mind, they're just not that good.
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So,
I mean, there's
no point in me spending my.
no.
Well, and you think about it too, with the inflation the way it is. I mean, it's probably gonna cost you $30, $40 to go to the movies.
Well, most of the new ones now just watch on Netflix or
Oh, that's
something like
true,
that.
yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
And I'm already paying for that service.
Yeah, I think the only one I went to the movie theater for this year was Planet of the Apes.
Hmm.
Yeah, which
that
was
good?
very good. Absolutely, but I like all those movies. So we're talking about Friday though. Talking about
Yeah.
Friday. There's a lot of things to talk about with this movie.
Yeah.
So basically, I guess the plot of the movie, the actual story of the movie is Smokey is a drug dealer, but smokes all his drugs.
He's,
And
he's
then
a
O-
hype,
yeah.
is what they call him.
So he owes Big Worm.
Yeah, big perm.
Big yeah.
Perm.
Do you know how much money he owes him?
Was it three? It was $300. Wasn't it?
200.
Was it 200?
He owes him $200, and yet he wants to kill him. This
Yeah.
is tough. It's tough.
That's a tough world, big
Very-
gangster out there.
But here's what I don't understand. Craig gets fired from his job the day before, which was his day off.
Mm-hmm.
But he went to go pick up his paycheck. How does he not have $200?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand.
Could
that
this movie not have been settled just very quickly by him just going, "Oh, I got my paycheck"? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if they gave. I wonder if when he went up there to get his paycheck, that they held his check because he stole the boxes.
oh, maybe, yeah, maybe, maybe he had to pay for the boxes that he stole. Yeah, that would make sense actually. That would kind of make sense. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't think about that part. It was
Yeah.
still kind of weird to me though.
It was, but how do you get fired on your day off?
He just stole boxes apparently,
Yeah.
which
They
they
had
could,
him on. They said they had him on camera.
but no, the guy looked like him.
Yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't ever proven that it was Craig.
that's true.
So I'm standing by free Craig. That's what I'm saying, free
Yeah.
Craig. A lot of other things that I would just want to talk about. Debo, Tiny Zeus, the WWE superstar. Main evented pay-per-views.
Yeah,
The character of Debo though, like, how many fights do you think he actually gets in? Because everybody's scared of him.
they probably don't get in any fights.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think the fight at the end of this movie was probably like one of the first fights he's been in.
Yeah,
Yeah, because everybody, he steals the one guy's chain. The guy just backs off.
after he stole his bicycle.
Yeah, that was his Pop's bike, man.
Yeah.
Um,
Pop's true.
yeah, Pop's tripping, man. Very underrated character.
I need to get my bike back. I mean,
Yeah.
we can share it, but it just needs to be at my
Just
house.
needs to be at my house. Yeah. Oh man, that was great. And then Dad's like, "Whoa, I don't want no problems." Like, well, I don't know what he was doing. Yeah, I was just wondering, like, does Debo like? I feel like Craig was the first one to really stand up to him.
Well, later in that fight scene, when Craig's pointing the gun at him, he says,
Yeah.
put the gun down and get knocked out like your father used to. So
Yeah.
I feel like he
So-
locked his daddy out first.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't feel like there's a whole lot to it.
No, like I feel like nobody really wants to fight Debo, which makes sense. I mean, man, a lot of my questions are just kind of related to what would happen, what I feel like a sequel should have been, because
Okay.
next Friday was way different. But I'm gonna say this right here. So you got Mrs. Parker,
Miss Parker
yeah, Miss Parker across the street,
Yeah.
watering her dirt because there's no grass. I don't know.
in heels.
Yeah, and booty shorts and no top, pretty much.
Yeah.
Why is her husband a midget?
I have no idea.
Like, I get it, that
Maybe
guy.
he's got money.
No, but I get it. But there was no need for like I felt like that was like that joke didn't land.
You
Like,
don't feel like it did? I thought it was funny.
no, I think it would have been more funnier if we finally had a white guy in the movie and maybe she was married to the one white guy in the
That
neighborhood.
makes sense. But I did think
Like,
it was funny whenever he comes storming out of the house and you realize the
uh,
guy that pulled up in that big old car was
yeah,
that little man.
yeah,
That was funny to
I
me.
didn't think that was funny. I was just like, oh, okay, like this is kind of stupid. Like,
I get it.
yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe it just wasn't.
It
I
just didn't hit your radar.
Yeah, it didn't hit my radar. And also another thing that didn't really hit my radar was Bernie Mac being a preacher. Like, I guess like
Yeah, man, can you give me a little bit for my cataract?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a sinny sin. Uh, I know you gotta get Bernie Mac in there because he's super popular.
I
But
think that was just to try to help the movie.
agreed,
I
100%.
mean, they didn't need it.
No, they
They
did. Well,
didn't.
they didn't need him as a like he could have been a different role.
Yeah, but what? Well, let's talk about that. If
Yeah,
you said a different role, what role would he be in?
you could have had him as something. You could have had him as the guy at the store,
Or
maybe like the store clerk. I mean, we literally meet everybody in the neighborhood. He could have been anybody else.
the neighbor?
Yeah, the neighbor. Yeah,
Instead of it being Stanley, it could have
yeah.
been. Well, he could have played
He could have
Stanley.
played Stanley. Yeah, that would have been better.
I think that'd have been funny.
I just don't think they used Bernie Mac in the best possible way.
Well, and a lot of that too, they probably didn't want to pay him because he was the biggest star on the
Oh
cast.
yeah, yeah. Oh, I guarantee you.
Yeah.
Well, he might. Yeah, that could have been one of two ways. We should have looked that up. I wonder how much money he actually made.
I saw an
Like,
interview from Witherspoon that said that I think everybody on that for that first one,
yeah,
everybody made $5,000.
there you go. Yeah,
And
because
so
I mean,
that I mean,
yeah, it was
it
only
didn't make what?
3.5 million. Yeah,
Yeah,
made 27. So, let's talk about Nia Long. Nia Long, plays Craig's crush, I guess.
yeah.
Like, I guess the girl that he has a
That's just
crush
was
on.
that Debbie from down the street?
Yeah, Debbie from down the
Debbie
street.
from down the
Yeah.
street.
I mean, this movie definitely made her, I feel
Yeah, I
like,
think so.
because she went on to be on, was she on Fresh Prince for a while, right?
Yeah,
Like, she was on like a bunch of stuff, I feel like, afterwards. Definitely became big. She was in Boys in the Hood,
yeah.
uh, Soul Food, right? She was on Soul
I
Food.
don't know that.
I think she was on Soul Food. Yeah, anyways, great. I mean, this movie made her, she was perfect for that role.
Yeah,
I feel like she was absolutely perfect for that role. And the dad, John Witherspoon, was definitely perfect as
yeah,
the dad. So they hit some of the characters. The soundtrack,
yeah. I liked it.
so many good songs.
Yeah,
Like I feel like this movie. Think about if they don't get the songs that they get. Would it capture your attention as well?
probably not.
Exactly. Like sometimes the music really gets you going, I feel
Yeah,
like.
brings it together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure, for sure. Dude, I want to talk about so Big Worm. He had the ice cream truck,
yeah.
but he sold chili Cheetos,
Chili Fritos,
Fritos.
chili Fritos.
So is it an ice cream truck? Because we didn't have that at my ice cream
I,
truck.
I think he sold a little bit of everything plus the dope.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, of course. The ice cream or whatever
It
kind of
was
truck
just a
that.
front.
Yeah, yeah, that was a money
Yeah,
laundering thing there. But yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like if we had the chili Fritos, I think um I think I would have been getting those a lot as a kid. Like I probably would have been a fat kid.
I'd have been as fat as that kid that wanted the Fritos was.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. And he was mad too when Smokey
Yeah,
came running up. Like he was definitely mad. I, yeah, I wonder what else he had though. Like I wanted to see the menu.
I don't know. Yeah, I know.
I want to see the menu. Like
I don't know, but I thought it was kind of funny. Sister talk about that scene on how Smokey was counting that money, and
yeah,
it was $100,
it was yeah,
and
20,
then he
40.
flipped it,
Yeah.
and he like
Yeah.
nobody would see that. Come on,
I mean, genius move.
come on.
Genius move, man. Genius move.
That's what made me think that he owed him 300
Oh yeah,
because when Debo gets knocked out,
yeah,
he takes that money back that they stole at Stanley's house.
yeah.
That was $200.
That was 200. Yeah.
So I thought 200 plus the 100. That
Oh,
was 300.
maybe. I just
We
thought he
just
owed him
don't know.
200.
Yeah, we just don't know.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. Maybe it was 300 that they owed him. I don't know because they kept saying 200 the whole time. So
Yeah,
you're right. Maybe he needed 200 more.
yeah.
Either way, Craig just got his paycheck. Could have paid it, I think. Um, so I rewatched this.
Well,
Yeah,
Craig could have bought that weightlifting set too.
Craig could have done a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Craig, kind of a
Just
messed
saying.
up man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what his problem is. Did this movie? So we both rewatched the movie recently.
Right.
I think it's gotten better, actually.
Every time I watch it, it gets better.
Okay, yeah, I feel like the first time I watched it, which again I don't remember when it was, but I just feel like in general now it's way better than it was
Well,
20 years ago.
some of the things you may not have keyed in on when you were younger.
Exactly.
So now that you're older, you're like,
Yeah.
that's pretty funny.
No, exactly. I think that definitely helps. I want to talk about a little bit. Well, actually, no. Let's just go into our little categories here.
Okay.
All right, let's just dive into our little categories here because I can talk about a lot here. Favorite scene. So our favorite scene will be the first one. I'll let you go ahead and tell me what your favorite scene is.
My favorite scene is whenever they come back from getting Smokey's mama's cigarettes, and
Yeah.
the car won't stop.
Oh yeah.
Then it stopped, but it won't cut off.
Yeah.
Right. So then he had to turn the wheel and choke it out, and his leg got bent up behind him. I thought that was hilarious.
No, that was. I wonder if that was really his foot that they were showing because
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
it was. Yeah, that was good. That was
Yeah,
good
'cause
footwork.
he was already trying to step out.
Yeah. No, that was really good footwork. I do like that scene. Even when they were at the store, I like even
Yeah, I
when
was
they were
just
at the
about to
store.
say that too,
Yeah,
yeah.
with the crackhead
He's
trying to
there.
wash his car. Yeah, for $2, right?
Ezel.
Yeah, for $2. Is that what it
Yep.
was? Yeah.
Between me and you, I clean all that shit up for you for $2.
Yeah, he does come by though.
Yeah,
he was
did.
man of his word.
He was on
Man of his word.
time.
Yeah, he comes up whenever Smokey was trying to take a dump beside his house. Yeah. So good for Ezel, man. No, that's a good scene. There's so many good scenes in this movie. I think for me, my favorite scene, honestly, is just the end. I like the fight scene.
Yeah,
I like
it's
the
good.
fight scene. I just think it's a good moment for you to be like, oh, you learn a life lesson,
Yeah.
like just fight with your hands. That way you
Yeah.
come back another day. And then also, sometimes you just gotta step up to the bully, like,
Yeah.
and that's what Craig did. And I do want to talk though about that scene a little bit because literally Craig doesn't use the gun. Okay, cool. He doesn't use the gun.
Well,
But he uses every other weapon: the trash can, the brick, the car. It's like, dude, at that point, just use the gun. If you're gonna use every other weapon, just use the gun.
I don't disagree, but he wouldn't have been able to use the gun. He was out of bullets because they fired back at the guys that shot at him.
I mean, but at least that could have added something to the movie.
I'm just
Like,
saying.
No, that would have actually been a great plot line, I think.
He might have had one round.
Yeah, that would have been a great plot line if he tried to pull the trigger and didn't have no bullets. I'm just saying he literally used every weapon that was around him. He
Yeah.
ends up basically knocking him out because of the brick, really. And he threw him on the car. He hits him with the trash can. It's like, bro,
Yeah.
like, at some point, maybe you just use the gun. Like, is it really worse than all these other weapons that you're using? Like, I mean,
Well, the only downfall too is what was there, 12 or 50
Oh,
50
yeah.
people saw
Yeah.
him.
no, nobody would have seen him though, because it was Debo. Nobody liked Debo, so yeah, nobody. I feel like everybody would have been on Craig's side. I think he was fine there. Let's go. Let's flip the script here. Go to our least favorite scene. Do you have a least favorite scene in this movie?
For
For me, there's actually a couple.
Yeah, the bedroom scene where they're in there smoking, where Smokey's right before they went and got his mom's cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't need to see it. I mean, I guess it brings it all together on how much weed Smokey actually smokes.
Yeah.
But I wasn't a fan of it.
No, I can understand
I
that.
mean, it goes in the movie, but as far I think that's probably going to be I mean that's the only thing that I know. I don't know of anything else that would be bad. Or
Yeah.
that would be my least favorite other than that.
Yeah, I got two that we're gonna talk about. One, as I already referenced, it Bernie Mac, and when he tries to sleep with Miss Parker.
Oh, he was
And
well
then-
on his way.
Yeah, and then the midget shows up. I just didn't need all that, man. There's better ways to use Bernie Mac. There's better ways to use the small guy. There's better stuff you could have done with Mrs. Parker. We didn't need. Like, I just feel like that was just a horrible way to get all the three of these involved because I didn't care. I did not care at all that she was cheating on her husband. Like, I expect that. Like, as soon as you showed her to me,
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, okay, like, but I didn't need it to be Bernie Mac. I didn't need her husband to be a funny, like, I didn't need any of that.
Well, I think too part of it for me is she looks that good and she lives in the hood.
Yeah.
So she's sleeping around.
Yeah, so I don't even think we needed just one scene of her is really probably all you even need. Also honestly didn't like the part where Janet Jackson shows up to try to hook up with Smokey.
Freddie Jackson.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't know. Do we need Smokey to have a love interest? Like, I mean,
Well,
I get that
I
Craig
thought
has.
that was funny.
I mean, it was kind of funny, but I'm just like,
I thought it was funny only from the standpoint of Debbie from down the street
yeah,
got him.
yeah, oh
It
yeah,
was
got it,
fun-
big
got
time.
it.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
yeah,
a
yeah.
prank.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
what I look at it for.
Yeah, she does not like Smokey. She knew what she was setting him up for. But man, the first time I saw the movie, I was like, oh, that's hilarious. By now, the 30
played
or
out.
40 of the time I've seen that, I'm like, I don't like. I know anytime it's about to come up, that's when I go get up and get my popcorn, get my M&Ms, get the refill on my drink, whatever it is I
Yeah.
gotta do. I can see because it's not funny, man. It's played out like you said, and
The
maybe because we've seen that in other movies now. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
I think the best part about that movie is when Craig, not the movie, but that scene is when Craig's mom comes home and they're talking. He's like, who's he done hooked up
yeah,
with?
oh yeah,
She's like, it's a big one. And he said, humongous.
dude, they were all laughing.
Yeah.
They were all
Oh, yeah.
no, it was perfect, man. It's funny in its own way. It's just to me, it gets less funnier almost every time I see the movie. Um, what's the next category we got? Favorite character.
Yeah.
Favorite character. I think honestly, I feel like there's two options here, and I feel like
Well, three for me.
okay,
But go
there's
ahead.
three options. Okay, to me, there's two options. You got Smokey,
Yep.
just because I think he's hilarious, comes up with some great quotes, just literally acts like every, I guess, stoner pretty much.
Yeah.
Every big time stoner acts just like Smokey. I don't care what you say. Also, we never learned Smokey's real name, by the way. Um,
Yeah, we didn't.
no, we never did. And I honestly would have liked to have learned more about Smokey, but to me, the favorite character is either Smokey or maybe the dad.
Willie.
Yeah, John
Yeah.
Witherspoon's
Yeah.
character.
That's my favorite, Willie.
That's your favorite. See, my favorite, I would lean more towards Smokey just because he's way like I think if you were to say we're gonna make another movie based off one of the characters, I could watch an hour and a half of Smokey. I don't know if I could watch an hour and a half of Willie Jones, but it is
Well,
funny that he's a mailman and he does get bit in the ass by the dog at one point.
well, no, he's a dog catcher.
Oh, he is a dog catcher. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
not the,
yeah,
not
not
the
a
mailman,
mailman.
but
Yeah,
basically along the
yeah,
same
the dogs
line.
hate him.
Yeah, and I think for me, why like he's one of my favorite characters is because, you see him in all three movies.
Yep, yeah, he is in all three.
Yeah, so and
Yeah,
that's why I like
yeah,
him.
and they get rid of
Smokey, yeah, he's not.
yeah, they get rid of Smokey. He never comes back, does he?
I think he'll be back for the last one.
Probably.
I
That
hope.
wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, either way. I mean, either way, both characters are great. It's funny that neither one of us picked Craig, but I honestly feel like Craig was a decent character, but I feel like Ice Cube's actually the worst actor in this movie.
You think?
At 100%. Who else? I mean, you could say maybe
Felicia,
Felicia. I don't even know if Felicia, like, I don't
or
even know if
get out of here with
she's,
your begging ass.
I don't even know if she plays another good crackhead. I
Yeah.
don't know if she's a bad actress. I think Ice Cube might be the worst actor in this movie.
Well, speaking of actors in the movie, we saw his sister in the movie, but I didn't see her in anything else.
Regina King?
Yeah,
What do you mean? She's been in a lot of things.
has she?
Yeah.
What about the friend that come by?
The friend that comes Janet Jackson.
No, 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 no. About the fight, right about the fight.
Which
The sister's friend.
oh, the sister's friend. Oh, yeah, I don't know if we've seen but yeah, Regina King was also in Boys in the Hood, Poetic Justice, Higher Learning, Jerry Maguire, How Stella Got Her Groove,
Yeah.
Legally Blonde 2.
Yep, I do remember that now.
Yeah, she's been in a lot of things, man. Yeah. So yeah, but I think she's
Thanks for fact checking me there.
yeah, I try to, man. That's what I'm here for. All right, so least favorite character. Then do you have a least favorite character?
Mine's gonna be Felicia.
Yours is Felicia?
Well,
Because
yeah, the reason being they didn't utilize her enough.
she could have been used more.
Yeah,
I honestly would have liked to have seen Debo just beat her up because they kept talking about it a couple of times, I
yeah.
think.
Well, that's
Like,
that's what got the whole fight started.
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they were looking for Craig and Smokey,
Yeah. And then
and
Debbie
then
comes, like, hey, you
yeah,
just beat up my sister.
and then he slaps Debbie, and
Yeah.
that's when there's a
Yeah.
female. Yeah,
Yeah. But I wish that they could have showed it. It would have made me hate Debo even more.
yeah.
Yeah. And then I would have felt even happier when he got beat up. For me, my least favorite character, Craig's sister.
Yeah, she's kind of bitchy.
She bitches the whole time. She
Yeah,
refuses to hook Craig up with Debbie. Like, literally, what is she doing, man? Like, it's like, come on, girl. Like, get it together.
and another one is Craig's girlfriend in the movie.
Oh, bro.
You
Like,
know, the one of the first scenes was her in the bedroom talking about them going to the show last night.
yeah.
If you look behind her, she's got there's a black dude laying in the bed with her.
Dude, I don't even know, man. Yeah, she was pretty bad too. I don't know why I didn't think about her. And then she calls and hangs up before anybody answers. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, she's pretty
that's don't make
bad.
sense. Yeah,
Yeah,
that,
she's a bad character too. I think, basically, honestly, we could probably almost do without every girl in this movie other than the mom and Debbie and Mrs. Parker.
yeah,
Like, I think, we could have done without the sister. We could have done without Felicia, really, because they don't utilize her enough. We could have done without Craig's girlfriend. We could have done without all them girls, man.
yeah.
Like, I actually would have liked to have seen Smokey's mom too, though.
Yeah, because I thought she would have been funny.
Yeah, she's like the only character really she's the only character that gets spoken of that we don't
I think she had
actually
a little
see.
thing for Craig.
Who, the mom?
Yeah.
Why we don't even see her? How do you
Well,
even know?
well, you see her. I think once or twice. Whenever they go in
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah,
get the cigarettes,
yeah,
remember?
yeah.
And
She
she's just
was, yeah,
staring at him.
yeah, yeah. She should have played a bigger role. I think as much time as they spent at his house or trying
Yeah.
to get into his house. But either way, this movie, as great as it is, definitely has its flaws. I feel like.
Yeah.
Um, next category, The Rock. What if we put The Rock in this movie, whether it's the main character or maybe you see a different character that he could have played? Do you think it works in
I
any way?
100 times no.
Yeah, no, yeah,
I don't think it
definitely not.
works.
He's not good enough to play Debo, so he can't be a bad guy because we're not
Like,
gonna
yeah,
hate The Rock.
I'm about to say he's not bad enough to like.
Yeah, he's not a badass enough.
Yeah.
Like he's not. We're not
Well,
gonna hate him.
yeah.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you're always gonna cheer for The Rock, and then he's not a good enough. Even though I
He's
said
not a good enough heel.
yeah, exactly, and even though I said Ice Cube is the worst actor in this movie, The Rock is actually a worse actor.
Yeah, terrible.
Like, and especially for this role. This role does not fit him. Like, The Rock is not like a stoner. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, The Rock, you don't ever think of The Rock being like, oh, he's gonna be in a drug movie. Like,
Yeah,
yeah. So
I can see him being Pinky in number 2.
I don't even really remember number two very much.
Yeah,
So
you will.
I'm out of the I'm out
You
of the
will.
loop there. So yeah, The Rock. Sorry, once again, The Rock. We are saying no on you in the movie. You
It's a hard
cannot.
snub.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you cannot fit in Friday.
No.
Sorry. Go back to doing Daddy, the Tooth Fairy or whatever. That fits your style more. Next up, nudity. This movie had no nudity. Rated R, no nudity. What do we think? Could they have slid some in there?
Miss Parker?
Yeah, that
Oh
would have been
yeah.
great. Now, see, then I would have liked it more if she would have ran out of the house
The robe open.
with the guy running after her. Yeah, with the husband running after her. That would have made for. I would like that scene then.
Yeah, that would have made.
Yeah, that would have made for a great
They might
story.
have not finished 67th.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, it would have
Maybe
been way higher.
37th.
Yeah, and also honestly, she probably would have been a bigger actress because whatever happened to her,
Mm-hmm.
like, no, wait, I don't even. Okay, here we go. Kathleen Bradley. She was on The Price is Right. That's her number one thing. That's
As a contestant or
no,
a
no,
model?
as a model. That's it. That's her.
That's probably all she needed.
Yeah, that's
I don't know how
her.
much money. I'm sure she made a bukus of money off of that.
Yeah, that's her story. So I think she would have had a way bigger career if she would have just said, "Hey guys, let me run out of here without my robe on." Like, just saying, a missed opportunity there. And also, anytime a movie is rated R, I feel like you got to sneak in. You either need like more violence than what they had, or you got to sneak in some nudity there. But they did have a lot of cuss words, so that's
I
how you
don't
get
think
that
she
rated
had
R.
but 3 or 4 sentences.
Oh yeah, she doesn't say much.
Yeah.
I mean, she's really. That's what I'm saying. Like they
She's
could.
just eye candy.
Yeah, and that's why I think you could have cut out the whole scene of her and Bernie Mac and Tony Cox, the husband. But whatever, they wanted to sneak it in there. They wanted to try to get her in. What's the next category that we got there? All right, so they do a sequel, so we already kind of know what happens on a sequel. But what do you think if they would have done a prequel, or do you think if they turned this into a TV show that you would watch it?
I don't think a TV show would be as good.
No, I don't think so either. I think a TV show would be pretty bad. Well, what? So
And a
then,
prequel?
yeah, prequel. Like, what about like?
How do you prequel that though?
Well, it could have been like Smokey and Craig in high school.
Yeah.
Like maybe Smokey is a smart kid, and then all of a sudden he learns what marijuana is, and now
Oh, that would work.
yeah, or maybe we learn his first name or his last name.
Yeah.
Uh, honestly, I don't know. Maybe you can explain this, but in the sequel, do we ever find out what happens to Smokey? Because he doesn't come back.
Somebody said maybe rehab. I think.
Well,
I think.
see, but
I
that just
think.
ruins him. Oh
Yeah.
man,
I could be wrong.
that just ruins him. I would have rather have liked if they were just like, oh yeah, he died, or like, oh, he got
Well,
beat
they
up.
they
Or,
didn't kill him off because their chance to come back.
yeah, I know, but man, it's
It could. I don't know. It might have been rehab. It might have been something else. I'm
yeah.
not 100% sure.
I don't know. I just feel like though, as much as this movie's done with all the sequels, it seemed like they would have tried a TV show or a prequel. I would definitely watch a prequel though,
Yeah.
100%. Like if it's about young Smokey or young Craig, and honestly, maybe that's what even the TV show could be about.
Yeah. The TV show. The prequel should be the TV show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That would be pretty awesome because then you could bring in the young dad. Maybe he plays a bigger role. Just different things. I feel like just give me that community
Yeah.
more. And I think because even the second one, he moves, right? The second Friday, he doesn't live in that same neighborhood.
Right. He's going to stay with his uncle.
Yeah. So I
Day
want
Day
to,
and his cousin Day Day.
yeah, Day Day. Yeah. See, I want to go back to that neighborhood though. I want to go back to where
Yeah,
the
where it
first
first
Friday.
started.
Yeah. Like to me, that because we meet everybody pretty much in the neighborhood. So
If it's going to be on a prequel and a show,
yeah.
it needs to go back to where Craig and their family moved over there.
Yeah, that'd
Because
be
you remember when
perfect.
they're standing there talking about the gun?
Yeah.
He's like, your mama
We
not
wouldn't have moved
ever.
here.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Yeah. Maybe we see the dad get beat up by Debo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so many different things. I would have been all for it. One thing though that this movie does have, and we can talk about on our next category, is quotes. So many quotes in this movie. So many one-liners, so many things that you can repeat, so many things that you can say in almost everyday conversations. What's the quote that sticks out to you the most?
How do you get fired on a day off?
How do you get fired on your day off? That is a great one. You can use that anytime pretty much somebody gets fired. I
Yeah.
feel like that's what you're gonna say. Yeah, my quote would probably be, you don't ever have two things in this house that go together. Tea, no sugar.
Yeah.
Cereal, no milk. Peanut butter, no jelly. Ham, no burger. That's the best one. I feel. Or maybe even at the end, when they were like, "Oh, look at Craig. He thinks he's the Mac," and then the dad goes, "Macaroni." I mean, those are two of my favorites. You also got, weeds from the earth. It's for me and you.
That's right.
So yeah, you got a lot of one-liners there. Another one by the dad at the very beginning of the movie when he comes out of the bathroom. Nobody go there for 30, 45 minutes.
Yep. Or you got the one he says, you better put some water on that damn shit.
Yeah, put some water on that cereal. Yeah, absolutely. Don't be wasting it. Like, yeah, I think just so many one-liners, and pretty much they're all from the dad almost,
Yeah.
which is crazy. And then you also got, the one with Craig and Smokey were on the porch and they go, "Damn!"
Yep.
Yeah, when what was his name? Took off his sunglasses with the black eye from where Debo had hit him.
Speaking of him,
Yeah.
how about he's got I don't say probably $500 car and a $1,000 alarm system.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
I mean,
Definitely, if you live in that neighborhood, you definitely want an alarm on your car.
well, Smokey's car had an alarm on it too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You definitely want an alarm on your car. And you also had to have your barred up windows.
I was
Oh,
just about to say,
It did not
and
stop
and
Debo though.
no,
It did not stop Debo. Uh, Debo literally he runs that little neighborhood, I feel like.
well, until he gets beat up.
Yeah.
Uh, and then, man, can you stay off my grass, please? That's a good one.
Yeah, yeah. Can you stay off my grass? We haven't even talked about the kid on the bicycle that knocks over the trash can.
Oh yeah, when they finally get him.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like,
I wonder-
it's a funny moment in the movie, but it's just like I never think about it.
Yeah,
But it was glad that they caught up with him. Like,
yeah, he did the spanking,
yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
knocking over my trash cans.
Yeah, and they kept bringing him back a few times. I like that a lot. That was a good little storyline. I like that. Man, I think last category here. When you think of the movie Friday, who's the first person you think of? So basically, who's the winner of this movie? Who gets the championship belt?
It's got to be Ice Cube.
You think Ice Cube? Really? I'm going Chris Tucker here, man.
Yeah,
I literally, after seeing this movie, I probably would have watched any Chris Tucker movie for the next 10 years.
and we did.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, what did you have? Those ones with Jackie Chan?
Rush Hour 1,
Yeah.
2, and 3.
Yeah. Those were
But I don't
not.
think he made anything else other than those.
He's
I'm
definitely.
sure he did.
Yeah, he's had to have. But it is funny though that that's what we kind of remember. Yeah, he was in The Fifth Element,
Mm.
Money Talks, Jackie Brown. This dude actually did a lot of stuff, man. Like, yeah, he did a lot, man. Air, the new Michael Jordan movie that came out last year.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was in that. So, yeah, I think he won the movie. I really think Chris Tucker, I think. But you're right, though. Ice Cube literally transformed from a rapper. This movie made him into a TV guy. Now he's done a lot of stuff too.
Yeah.
And he's what, owner of the NBA 3 League or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's really transitioned out of that, what was he in the NWA? He was in the NWA,
Yeah.
and now he's transformed into like literally a household, like, this guy's like somebody that people look up to.
Yeah.
So crazy, great transformation for him. That's awesome. I think Ice Cube would definitely be I think a lot of people would like a lot of his movies. So you're right. Maybe he did win the
Well,
movie.
you know, he done all the
Yeah,
barbershop movies.
yeah, those were good too. Those were really good actually. So maybe he did maybe he did win the movie. Maybe you're right. Maybe he was the winner of the
I would
movie.
say what was Witherspoon, but
Yeah,
I mean he was
he was already
yeah.
famous. Yeah, he was already famous. Yeah.
Him and Bernie Mac were the two most famous ones on.
Absolutely. 100%. 100%. Yeah, you're right. Maybe those two guys. So maybe yeah, we'll say maybe it was a tie between Chris Tucker and Ice Cube because they both reeled us in for the next 10 to 15
Hmm.
years at least. Um, so there you go, man. That's kind of Friday. I think have we covered almost everything?
I think so.
What do you so
The slip and fall in the store, we didn't cover that, which is hilarious.
yeah, but
Which
that's
is still true today.
yeah, and it's you've been used so much that
Yeah.
it's kind of like, what is the reason to talk about? But it is funny though. So if you're rating this movie 1 to 5, I created an account on Letterboxd, so I did rank it between a 1 and a 5.
Like one being the least, five being the,
Yeah,
but I would say five.
you would
Well,
say
no,
yeah.
I'd say 4.3, 4.4.
Oh man, yeah, okay,
Only because it's a low budget movie,
yeah, yeah.
which is
So
still good. I think it's great.
so it's the third movie that I've done on Letterboxd. The other two being Karate Kid and Whiplash,
Okay.
and I gave Karate Kid a 4.
Hmm.
I gave Whiplash a 3.5, and now I'm giving Friday a 3.5 also. I think it's a three
That's
and a half
fair.
out of 5.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
I just think the flaws, there's too many flaws for it to be
But
almost perfect.
to caveat the flaws, the flaws that's in it, you can tell they tried to hide them.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
and they tried, and it's for the most part, you don't know
No,
unless you watch it multiple times.
exactly. And I think for a $3.5 million budget movie,
It was pretty good.
yeah, because you watch any other low budget movie now, a low budget movie now is going to go for 10 million plus, first of all. But a low budget movie now is going to be way worse than
Yeah.
Friday. There's not going to be one that's going to be as good as Friday. So I think overall, man, I think this was a great movie. This was a good
I think
choice.
so.
This was a
Well,
good
thanks.
choice, man.
I'm glad I can help you with that.
Very good choice. We'll have to find another one to do. Maybe one day soon. We can always come up with more movies. There's
You just let me know.
millions and millions of movies, and I've watched thousands and thousands of them. So I'm always down to rewatch some. I'm always down to watch a new one. This was definitely one that we had both watched.
Yeah.
This was the first episode in a while we have done on Film is Literature where we have done a movie that both of us have watched. So that's good. It's good. It makes it easier to talk about.
It does.
Yeah. So for sure. So, dude, it's been fun.
Yeah.
I got nothing else to say about Friday.
I don't think I do either.
All right, perfect.
But this was fun. I'll come back anytime you want me to.
He'll come back. All right, y'all hear that? He'll come back. We didn't bore him, and it's still only 3 o'clock.
See how that works.
Yes, we're kind of like
We're good like that.
yeah, we're very good like that.
Yeah.
You think it's been a while? It hasn't even been a minute.
Yep. That's how fast it was, just like that.
Absolutely, just like that. That was a good snap because I didn't even hear it. That's how
Yeah.
quick he was.
See?
I think that's it, man. I think we're done.
All right.
All right, check y'all later.